Hey folks, welcome back. Tonight we're playing Myth the Wind Age. Well, let's get started. So the ferry terminal at Stone Harbor, the old fort that's been converted to a ferry terminal at Stone Harbor, is packed with refugees. There's a brief lull in the storm as people scramble to get onto the ferry in between waves of these Skrael skeletons attacking. Um, there's sort of like initially there's kind of pandemonium. People are pushing to get on the bridge. Everybody wants to be the first to get on. But the mechanic Stren is sort of refusing to lower the bridge until people get straightened out. And so finally, Abbess Alael starts straightening people out, and they get in a line. They get their possessions together, and Stren is lowering the ramp, and he's cranking down this huge mechanical contraption onto the pier to make ready for people to board. The ferry is this steampunk contraption. It runs on oil. It has this horrible acrid smell that's like burnt grease and motor oil and fried food, that kind of wafts up from somewhere below decks, and it kind of permeates the whole space as you guys crowd onto the deck. There's a couple, so the party kind of has to fight one or two more waves of Skrael, just to stall them from crossing the shoreline here before give people enough time to get onto the ferry. We're not going to do like a blow by blow combat, but give me kind of like a general sense of what strategy you guys are using to hold off this horde and the next couple waves that come at you from the west side of the beach. What are you guys doing?
I'm playing Tal on this.
What's that?
I'm playing Tal on this one, I think.
Correct.
This
yes.
is the other map, right? Okay. Awesome. I love Tal. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So
Brother Ebenezer would stand at the top of the stairs there on the way up and high ground and knock people down, and if need be, start throwing up holy symbols and trying to drive them away.
all right. So you're using your holy symbol and then hitting people when necessary. Phalim kind of stands in front of you, and he's gonna screen for you so you don't have to get into melee with these guys too much. Dram and Tal, what about you guys?
I'm using my lesser magics to cause confusion and slow them down, like cause noises and human sounds like they're behind them and things like that. So they're confused in what's going on. And especially if I see one of those dudes with the staffs, right, or whatever they are.
Yep.
I focus on them because they're the ones that are commanding them.
Okay. And then Eska, what are you doing?
I'd be in the back healing at everybody and boosting them for better stats.
Okay, so I'm going to move everybody down to the harbor here. You guys are kind of defending the south wall of the main city here as people are crossing the bridge to the east of you. What is the most complicated or difficult part of this defense? I'll let you guys decide.
They're able just to focus, and they just keep endlessly coming. So even if you kill one, they step over each other and stuff.
Yeah, we're just getting fatigued.
I feel like they can attack from the water too because they don't care.
Ooh, okay. So let's say so brother
Ebenezer electrified, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so the water's electrified along the pier here, but it goes in between the two piers, but some of them are able to kind of go around it. So once they get to like the beach here, if they don't get blasted right away, they can get back in the water and head east over to where you guys are at. Who ends up fighting off the ones that are on the south here that are climbing up out of the water? Like, who's on the front line?
He's a giant. He's floating inside of a ball of fire. His eyes are glowing. He's humming like a monk, and fireballs are just flying out.
Okay. So let's I guess we'll have each of you guys decide, are you focusing on the guys that are coming from land or the guys that are coming from the water?
I'm focusing on the water guys.
Okay, so Dram's focusing on the water guys. Brother Ebenezer, Tal, Eska, what about you guys?
I'm focusing on our own party,
Okay,
keeping
right.
us
If I
up.
if I can maintain sight on both, I should be able to repel with my holy weapons. So
Okay, so
at least to
let's roll for the
keep
holy
them-
symbol first and see how well that does. Because if that doesn't do well, then we're gonna fall back into melee combat. Ooh, okay.
Okay, so that tells us how that
Your
first round
belief is
goes.
taken.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say that you successfully hold off the guys that are coming from the land side, but the guys that are coming from the water, the angle is such that they can kind of crawl up right past you, and they don't really get the effect of your holy symbol because they're shielded by this little lip of the pier here until they're right on top of you guys, and at that point the holy symbol doesn't help anymore. So Dram, you're sort of the next line of defense here. Give me a Zuko style to repel these guys.
Okay,
Right,
give me a
let's
sec.
see here. Like Tal. Let me review his sheet for a second because
Sorry, did I say Tal?
All right.
I'm in Dram, give me a Zuko style, and then Tal, give me your distraction mechanic also. Ooh, all right.
well, that's that. I gotta double something. I think I rolled this, but let's just do this. I think.
+1 to spout lore about dangerous creatures. I don't think you're encountering any of these guys for the first time. I'm not sure if that's applicable.
Okay. All right. I will do. See ya. Hater air for your last breath. Let me just check this one here. This is extended combat. Okay.
Okay, and then
All right,
Eska.
we're doing hedge magic. Oh
Ooh,
shit!
oh,
Rock
you
up
guys,
the XP.
you guys are racking up some XP for the start of the session here. Oh, this is gonna get ugly. All right,
To level 1, I've got like enough to go to level 3 almost.
all right. So Eska, you sort of have a choice. Do you want to help Brother Ebenezer, or do you want to help Dram? You can't. You sort of they're so beleaguered that you sort of have to pick one or the other if you want to be effective. Which one is it going to be?
Dram.
Okay. So give me a what are you using, arcane art to help?
Yes.
Okay, go for it. Nice. Okay. So your arcane art gives Dram a little bit of extra boost. And you get one effect or two.
2.
Okay, what effect are you choosing?
I would both heal him and give him 1d4 forward to damage.
Makes sense. Okay, so Dram's blasting. So with that, Dram's able to blast the guys off of the pier. And then Tal, you're struggling to distract the sorcerers. Fade Lehman and Brother Ebenezer, the defense here is going well until one of the sorcerers aims his staff at Brother Ebenezer, and lightning starts to crackle from the tip of it. What do you guys do? Dram, you're busy fighting on the water.
So since I failed on the distraction, it actually gave me a hold. Basically, they call it something
Okay.
different, but it's a hold, and I'm going to use that to make a 10+ result on a hedge magic. So the staff flies out of his hands.
Oh, nice. Okay, you blast the staff out of his hands. Badelim fights furiously and manages to bottleneck them on this thing, and he gets a couple more cuts from the tridents. None of them manage to claw him again, but he gets stabbed a couple times, and he's wounded as you guys retreat back onto the ferry. And then we're going to switch gears to the ferry. Let's see. Alrighty. So the ferry. What's that?
I was zoomed way in. It was like,
Oh, sorry.
face.
Okay, so everybody retreats onto the ferry, and there's Fadeleem is like slamming the Scrael skeletons with his shield as they try to climb the boarding ramp. Even as the boarding ramp is being lifted, it kind of works like a drawbridge where it like folds up onto the side of the boat. And as it's folding up, Fadeleem is like sitting there at the foot of it and just like bashing them frantically with his shield, trying to knock them off. And finally, you guys manage to dislodge the skeletons. And the boat gets underway. The deck is packed. It's like standing room only the whole way across here. The engineer is struggling to try to like cram people in tighter and get people moved below decks to make a little bit of room for you guys to maneuver and for him to operate. There's a lot of yelling and shoving, and people are pretty frightened. There's a couple of folks that are on the north side of the ship here on the port side that have got like farm implements, and they're helping you guys knock the skeletons off. And the boat manages to successfully pull away out into the ocean. And the storm abates for a few minutes as the boat slowly picks up speed and pulls out away from the coastline and away from the wave of zombies. You guys have a couple minutes. There's kind of a lot of chaos on board the deck of the ship here. What do you guys want to do at this point?
Try to set up a perimeter and watch around the outside so that we make sure in boarding the people with the picks, forks, or whatever.
Okay, so when you say set up a perimeter, what exactly is Brother Ebenezer doing? Is he talking to people? Is he walking to the edge of the ship, or what?
He's going to try to stand on one of those tables there. Everybody, get to the edges. And those of you with the pitchforks or weapons, in case they try to climb on, you need to be able to knock them off. This is the only thing we can do now.
Okay, give me a parlay for that.
Can try to hold off, and the rest of you get out of the way, however you can do it. Curl up small or climb below.
Roll me a parlay for that.
He is not good at this, so
that's not too bad. Let's see. They ask you for something. People are crammed below decks. They do as well as they can. The people on watch want to get paid for sticking their necks out. They all say that they, you know, like we'll do this. Everybody's safety depends on it, but we're the ones taking the extra risk. And Fadelium kind of like is angry about it, but they're all insisting like we want 10 coin ahead. How many people do you want to pay to watch the perimeter?
How about you guys get off the ship then? We can just toss you off the ship. Then you can fight for yourself with them. How about that?
That's not very holy man of you.
Yeah.
This is a community. The will of the many.
Why don't you stand on the railing then?
I will be, and watching, and I have been fighting and keeping you safe all this while, so quit your bitching.
Most of us aren't fighters.
You repulse the undead with your stinking breath, you whiner.
Wow.
Somebody
why we protected you so you could get on here. Now it's your turn to do something. Shut up or put up.
Fadelium's like, I'll take a watch, and he goes to the other side of the ship over here. Tal, looks like you're taking a watch too, is that right?
Yep.
Okay, does somebody want to aid Brother Ebenezer to tip over his parlay? Sounds like
you know what, I have a bond with him, so I'll attempt so.
Okay, go for it. Yeah. Tal, so you were talking to these guys, talking crap.
Oh my god. I'll be like 4th level by the time we get the rest.
Yeah. All right. So these guys are like what's that?
I have charming and open, or I don't know if that helps.
They'll listen to you. I'll say if you want to propose something like some alternate arrangement, you can use your natural talent to kind of get yourself a platform without having to make a roll if you just want to pitch something. Does charming and open have any specific rules associated with it, or is it just like tags?
Is that like a bard thing? Because I think it lets you like people like give you like offer you stuff and things like that for being
if you have a move on your sheet, spit it out so we can see it.
But it's I realized after I said it that it's a player thing.
Okay. You must answer. Okay. So I think the question you're wanting to know is how can you get them to help out, right?
Mm-hmm.
The obvious answer, besides paying them, I guess,
Paying them.
is so the easiest thing to do would be to just pay them, because they are like volunteering for this kind of, and they want to know that they have someplace. In fact, one of the farmers who's like a little more level-headed says, listen, we're willing to help out, but we're leaving. We've all left our homes behind and our livelihoods. We know you guys have coin, and when we get to wherever it is that we're going, we're all going to be refugees. We need a way to feed our families. So you can, if you
look at that church passing in the way distance, there's a large coffer box there with the offerings. You can run back and get it and get all the money you want.
they're all looking at Eska. Eska, what do you say?
Eska is looking at them like, none of you ever wanted to let me be a part of your community. Very few of you did, so I don't know if I want to pay any of you. Also, he doesn't have that much. He doesn't really have
He's
coin.
being a better
I don't think
fish.
any of us have
Oh.
money.
I'll pay, Captain Zindel says. He's the captain of the other boat that you guys left behind on the dock. It'll come out of my come out of my purse.
It's like, I don't think I should have to pay you to protect yourselves.
All right. Captain Zindel starts going around. He's like, you. He picks 6 guys, and they line the deck of the boat. And so now you have watches. He's going to pay them each 10 coin for the journey. And he says, Captain Zindel says, there, it's done. What do we? Let's see. Let me actually move you guys to the world map for a second. So if we look at the Hope Island map here, you see where I'm looking?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the Clockwork Ferry. So you guys are heading east right now, away from the island, and kind of threading the needle between these groups of Scrael. You guys are going to have to fight your way through this group, it looks like, because you know that there's guys on that side of the island. The question is also, where are you guys heading? Where do you want the ferry to land?
Weren't we just going to try to take the shortest one to the shore so we don't have to be in the water? And that's why we picked this particular boat, because it had the kind of drop landing.
Yeah, so that would put you guys in the 12 Duns. You guys want to head straight to the 12 Duns?
I don't know if that's still the plan. Kind of.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's really the best course of action at the moment.
Okay, so the ferry is cutting directly across the channel.
Get out of the water is the biggest thing. You don't know what's going on the other shore, at least as far as I know.
That's true, yeah. The storm starts to pick up again after a couple of minutes, and the ferry starts to get rocked by the waves, and the wind kicks up and howls over the deck, and thunderclouds roll in overhead again, and the people start to kind of like, everybody gets quiet, and people are just like hanging onto something for dear life. They're hanging onto the railings, or just kind of like crouching low on the deck if they can't reach anything to hang on to. People are hanging onto all kinds of like ropes and equipment on the deck, and like the cogwork mechanisms, whatever they can grab hold of that's not currently in motion. And there is a flash of lightning that streaks down from the sky straight into the middle of the deck. And there's this deafening clap of thunder. Everybody roll me Defy Danger Con. Okay, so Eska, you're good. Brother Ebenezer, you're deafened momentarily. What about the other two? Okay.
Is this
What's that?
Defy Danger Endurance or something?
Con. Okay.
What do I press to roll that? Okay, that presses.
Okay.
That
Okay.
presses.
So Chip and Ebenezer, you guys are kind of deafened and momentarily stunned. And Dram, there's sort of like a charge or force in the air that knocks you off your feet. You're not hit directly by a bolt of lightning. But Eska, you see as the you look out to the west and you see the hullbreaker standing out over the water, kind of like risen up, riding a wave in the ocean. I'm going to put you guys back on the ferry map here. So he's way off, like a mile or more to the west of you guys, and he is just out there in the ocean, and he's lifted his staff and he's calling down lightning, and the druid is standing on the deck, just deflecting bolt after bolt as lightning crackles down from the sky again and again and again as he tries to destroy the ship. And this goes on for about a minute, and then suddenly the glow of his staff fades and he disappears beneath the water. What do you guys do?
Out of batteries! And he leaves. You're out of charge.
So Dram, I'm gonna do some damage to you.
Okay. I'm gonna try a trick. I'm gonna use my fire. I have an ability to read fire
Okay.
to predict things and to like figure out what's next and that sort of thing.
Okay.
So I want to use that ability. Like I follow him with my eyes, right?
Yeah. Okay.
As he's going down.
Perfect.
And when he goes down, I like focus on him and I try to like focus on the heat of his body.
Okay. Nice.
Right? So I can like radar him or sonar or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
IR him down. So I can try to predict where he's going if I can help it.
Okay.
So
yeah.
hang
Go
on,
for
let me
it.
just pull up this thing. Sorry about the barking, guys. There's a million dogs and they won't shut up. They're having a good time.
I can't hear anything.
But oh, really? Holy
Same.
moly. All right, never mind. Here we go. Laura of Flame, motherfuckers. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
So you peer into the flame, and I'm gonna say you kind of have to have a localized flame source in order to follow his trail. Where do you are you just conjuring like a ball of fire in front of you? Are you starting like an actual like a torch on the deck? Or are you using the furnace from the steam engine, or what?
I got something even better than all that.
What's that?
The smoldering embers of his lightning strikes.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
His own magic is gonna help me sniff him out.
That's awesome. Okay, so you're focused on these particular this smoldering section of railing that is just like glowing, and you look through this glow and you trace it back to the source, and you see him dive beneath the waves, and he is riding this great sea creature. It's this sort of you're focused on him, so you can't quite. Well, you roll a 12. So I'm gonna yeah, you see this enormous like leviathan moving beneath the surface, and it's all kind of like rotted and skeletal, just like the Scrael that you guys have been fighting. But it moves with this power and swiftness that's incredible, and you see it like he's clinging to its back as it streaks beneath the surface, following the boat, and it's gaining on you guys. And you could see it getting closer and closer. And it sort of has this like draconic aspect to it. It's like some kind of great sea drake, but he's done something to it. There are these kind of tendrils that hang off of it that are sort of it's using them to swim right now, like they're moving the way like a squid swims. You know how it kind of like the tendrils move back when it swims forward. It's kind of doing that right now, but you can see that it's got these like tentacles that it can reach out with and grab the ship. And it's closing on you guys. What do you do?
Yeah, I said brace for impact. And what's the word
I'm
they
gonna
say? What's the word they
try
say
to-
when there's a boarding action? Batten down the hatches. Is that it?
I think that's
Or is
first
that for
storm
storm?
usually.
What did they say when? Anyway, yeah,
I don't know.
I'm warning everybody. Is the point? There's an alarm.
Yeah. Okay. So you.
Oh, you know what? You know what? Even better. I make a fire alarm.
Okay.
I use as much fire mass as I can create to create like an opening that I can blow air through. and create like a bell or like like a siren or something.
Oh boy. Okay, so there's this siren, this horrible sound that none of you guys have ever heard before is just like
Yeah.
shrieking out over the water. What does it sound like?
Like that.
It sounds like when my mom used to yell at me when she told me to come home and I did something
Yeah.
bad.
It's like
Oh
that,
god.
screaming
And
like that. It's either that or it's talking and it's saying, "We're being boarded,"
yeah,
like a big
everyone's
like
terrified.
smoky
And
voice.
after a minute, everybody's kind of
I-
watching from the aft deck.
Ebenezer, Brother Ebenezer wants to be attempting to cast magic.
Okay, what do you want to do?
So, I'm going to be, once it gets within range, start casting magic missile at the guy on the back of it.
Okay. So you can hit it with magic missile. Give me a spellcasting roll.
I'm going to use my hedge magic to try to aid him.
Okay, go for it. What are you doing with the hedge magic? How does that work?
Doing absolutely nothing.
What are you trying to do?
Oh, I was trying to make sure that the because I do have magic myself, but it's more untamed and random and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I was trying to bolster him, and
All right.
that's basically what I was trying to
All
do.
right. So you channel additional energy into his magic missile. Brother Ebenezer, you got a 9 on your spellcasting. Which of those options are you picking?
I'm going to take unwanted attention but, from him.
Unwanted attention. Okay. So the magic missile, you successfully cast it. It flies down through the water, and it kind of seems to like bend as the refraction from the water surface makes it appear to shift position. And you see it streak beneath the water, and it strikes directly on this guy's chest. And you see the energy of the magic missile arcs over him, and it sort of just fades away around him. Roll me your damage. Ooh, that's pretty good. So it's hard to like. There's no real visible effect when the magic missile hits him. You could see that it struck him. It's hard to tell because you're looking down through the water, but he doesn't slow down. But he's noticed you now, and you can see that his staff is beginning to glow as he gets ready to break the surface with this great beast. And the thing starts swimming upward towards the aft section of the boat, and reaching upward with its tendrils on either side of the vessel. So Ebenezer, you're casting a spell. Dram, you're looking at the lore of the flame to warn everybody.
Use bardic lore.
Right. Yeah, Eska, go ahead. Okay, you first encounter an important.
I'm assuming this is the first time I've encountered this tentacle drake thing.
Definitely, yeah.
And my area of expertise is the dead and undead.
Okay. So is there a okay, you can ask me any one question about it. What is your question?
Does it have a weakness?
So the Hullbreaker, so there's actually two. You're countering two undead here. One is the Hullbreaker, which is the Fallen Lord, and one is the creature, which is it's called a Child of Senmara, or that's what its original name was when it was alive. And it's considered a demigod according to the local faith. But you think a lot of that is sort of mythology as opposed to like the real power of weird, if that makes sense. But it's this powerful creature that's feared, that lives in the deep ocean, that kind of like sailors tell tall tales about. But you know that this is an undead version of this creature, and the undead creatures have certain traits. So the power of weird will work against it. Brother Ebenezer's holy symbol will work against it. You know that it is skeletal, like the other Scrael that you've been fighting. Blunt weapons work well, edged weapons and piercing weapons not so much. It has a fleshy component to it. It's probably carrying the same disease that the Scrael are carrying, and its tentacles are more vulnerable to slashing weapons. Those are the main things. It's
Fallen Lord.
so that was the creature. That's the mount. The Fallen Lord is of a greater power. He's imbued with a fragment of the spirit of Nyx. And so they're much more difficult to kill than a normal undead. Holy effects that typically work on undead tend to have a lesser reduced effect on them, if they work at all. There's no known way to actually kill or destroy a Fallen Lord. There are stories that you've heard of heroes that have fought battles against the fallen and won. And of course, this is necessary, right? Because you have to be able to win against the fallen in order to usher in an era of light. Like during the Age of Reason, there was this hero Moagim who battled the fallen lords, right? Before he turned and became the Faceless Terror. He was a Tiraces is what he was called in the Age of Reason. But he is said to have fought the fallen lords in battle and struck them down, rent them limb from limb, and carried off their limbs to the four corners of the world. So you know that they can be dismembered, but they're extremely difficult to actually destroy. Basically,
they're not actually being killed. It's like the old tales of the vampires, where you just got to prevent them from reforming.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And there are. I'm trying to think what other relevant information. So there's in the lore of myth, there's other ways that the fallen lords are defeated, but that stuff won't happen for another 1,000 years. So I'm not sure if you guys would necessarily know about that.
Yeah.
But there's certain. One other thing that the histories do mention is that sometime the Avatara, the Order of the Avatara, was formed specifically to battle the fallen lords. So they're master strategists. They know how to fight undead. And they also used holy magic and the dream magic of Weird. And there have been accounts of Avatara fighting the fallen lords in dream duels and managing to win, or at least to hold them off long enough to win some victory on the field. Dream duel basically they're a little bit less invulnerable against magic compared to other types of attacks.
I'm like reciting all of these legends that I've heard before, or through song or books, to my fellow fighters through the storm, like yelling over the storm.
So you're yelling over the storm and the siren, and let's see. So Eska, you're doing that. Tal, what are you doing at this point?
I'm watching the ocean.
Okay. So you are watching when one of these great dark tendrils snakes up from beneath the water on the port side of the ship and reaches directly for Brother Ebenezer, who happens to be standing on the port stern corner here. What do you do?
Oh, is it made out of flesh?
It is a combination. Yeah, it's undead flesh, but yeah.
Let's see here. What can I do for that? I guess that's bestiary knowledge. Is the first time I've encountered it, right?
Yeah. You can spout lore. We kind of already covered a lot of its lore, but you can spout lore again if you want.
11.
Okay.
What's the most effective way to kill it?
Okay, so against the tentacles, you want slashing weapons.
So slashing weapons. So these are like paddles or something?
Yeah, it's got like a paddle wheel.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of like shove it into the wheel, and maybe it's it'll get confused and get wound around it or something. So
Okay.
I'm gonna do that.
Using...
So I'm gonna spend one of my Monster Hunter.
Okay.
To cause my a 10 plus. So to shove it into the wheel.
Okay, so you shove this tendril into the paddle wheel, and there's a screech and groan, and the boat lurches, and everyone's kind of thrown to the deck for a split second as this thing gets caught up in the paddle wheel, and then the tendril flails, and the creature shrieks as the limb is pulverized, and the pieces of it fall back down into the ocean. Another tentacle is rising up on the starboard side of the ship. Phalim goes charging towards it as it rises up, and he's shouting this kind of inarticulate, horrible, like "ah!" Battle cry. And let's see, Dram, what do you do as this thing starts to reach up over the deck? It looks like it's about to grab him. He's going to try to hack at it as it's grabbing him. What do you do? Dram, this is you.
No, I know. My wife just walked up to me to talk to me about something. I'm
sorry.
coming soon. Okay. I want to do something dramatic. I don't know if I can do it, but I'm gonna try.
What do you want to do?
I want to make the boat fly. Pick up the boat off the water.
Okay. I'm gonna say this is gonna be. I'm assuming using your fire magic and just like lighting a fire underneath the hole. Is that the general idea?
Yeah, I mean, there was a few concepts I was tossing around in my head, but just generally, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a -2 on that because that seems like an extremely difficult thing to do. But you can roll Zuko style for that.
Okay. Let's see what happens. It'll work. Long shot. Super long shot.
Hold my beer moment.
Yeah.
Super, super long shot. -2 is
nice.
8. 8 is
okay.
still successful with a fail. Yeah, well, I was expecting some kind of negative, actually.
Okay. Yeah, so that's fine. Yes. Okay, so you get it. So you get this thing momentarily airborne. It immediately starts listing to the port side, though, because of the weight of the tentacle that's trapped in the paddle wheel on the one side. So the whole thing's asymmetrical, and it starts kind of like lurching and veering off course wildly, and you're struggling to keep it balanced as you keep it airborne. The Drake, the Senmara's child, surfaces, and the Hullbreaker rises up to the surface with it, and he starts to weave a more complex spell aimed at the boat. What do you guys do?
Can we do a Wizard of Oz and drop the boat on him?
That's up to you guys.
I'm gonna fire magic missiles at him, just hopefully to distract him from where I
Okay,
am.
go for it. All right. So you hit him with a magic missile. That's going to deal some damage. What about Eska and Tao?
I'd like to do arcane art to boost people attacking him.
Okay. Okay.
So, Brother Ebenezer will get extra damage.
Okay, roll another D4, Ebenezer. Very cool. All right, so you strike him with a magic missile. So you're doing what? For 7 damage. I'm gonna say so. He's rocked in his saddle. I'm gonna say it does disrupt his dream magic. And he is. You guys have a minute of respite. As the creature rides along the surface, just along the aft side of the boat here, with him in tow. And he just starts to work another dream as soon as the first one is deflected. The creature is reaching up with its tentacles, trying to reach the back of the boat because you can only get it so high. It's going to take a minute for it to kind of catch up and do that. Phalim charges up and starts like hacking at the tip of one of its tentacles, trying to keep it at bay. Let's see.
Also, one second.
Yep.
Since I get 2 things and nobody's been hurt yet, I'd also like to give Ebenezer the next time somebody assists him, he gets a +2 instead of a +1.
Nice. Okay, cool. All right, Ebenezer, you're in a position to do something. You've got kind of like first strike against him because his spell got disrupted and he's doing another complicated spell. What do you want to do?
Same thing, just gonna keep hitting him because that's really all he has for a ranged thing.
Okay. That's because
He's not on the boat, and he doesn't. And iron armor doesn't swim.
all right. Oh man, the Lady of Light loves you today. Roll me your damage.
And we had problems last time. Oh, see,
All
Nick eyes.
right.
Well, it worked. You didn't lose
Yeah.
the
So
spell.
you
Yep.
hit him, but this time his armor just deflects it, and it doesn't even slow him down. You guys have another split second to disrupt the spell before it goes off. Duram is of course concentrating on flying the boat, so it's up to Tal basically because Eska is also helping doing the music on Brother Ebenezer.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
So
Hit the
Tal,
brakes.
what do you want to do?
I'm also on Overwatch for things. Is there anything I can interact with?
So what do you?
I'm still on my outpost. Was there I'm looking for more tentacles and stuff.
Okay, so right now it's at the aft of the boat. So the spot where you're at, there's nothing. If you move to the aft, you can see that it's reaching up a tentacle on the starboard side, and there's another one rising from the water on the port side that are just kind of trying to grab the corner of the boat so it can climb up. So you move back. They're not able to like get ahead of you and get to this part of the boat, but if you move back, you can see it reaching up trying to grab the boat.
So like here I could go
yeah.
or something? Okay, so can I sense where this so I'm gonna like since I know a lot of how to kill this thing or whatever you want to call it,
Yep.
and I kind of know its anatomy or whatever, I'm gonna like do a like try to reach out to it. This creature it's under the water, right?
So it's actually at the
try to-
surface right now because you guys are in the air and it's trying to reach you.
This thing here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyways, I'm gonna focus on its it's like staring at us with these tentacles coming out, right? Or
Yep.
something like that. All right. I'm going to try to use my magic to kind of blind it by focusing like the equivalent of like fairy fire. So there's like a constant mental irritation to its, so it can't sense us. So that's what I'm going to attempt.
Awesome. Okay, roll it.
And then I will use my monster hunter to I'm down to 2 left, and use my hedge magic, which gives me I didn't need it, but I just used my hedge magic instead of the monster hunter then.
Okay, so
Since I
you're
didn't need to boost it.
okay. So you create fairy. You blind it with fairy fire. It screeches and flails in the air wildly. A
Could be
split.
bad.
What's that?
I'd say, oops, could be bad.
Yeah. Well, it can't quite reach the boat. A split second later, though, a huge like ball of lightning comes issuing forth from the hullbreaker's staff, and it sort of flows slowly up underneath the boat. Dram, what do you do? Dram's AFK.
I realize that I have pitch-covered arrows left over from the previous fight.
You have
I'd
what?
be able to try to shoot those at the Hullbreaker's face.
What you had? What? I'm sorry.
Pitch-covered arrows.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Go for it.
I'm sure that Dram could easily light those on fire for me.
Okay, yeah, that would be a volley. Okay. Choose one of those 3 effects and deal your damage.
I'll place myself in danger.
Okay. So you move all the way up to the back railing of the boat to get the best shot that you can because he's kind of in the water down below you. Oops, sorry. Moving. You move all the way back to the back deck of the boat to get the best shot that you can because he's down in the water below you. You shoot him directly in the face with the arrow. The arrow doesn't damage him per se. It kind of just bounces off of his. Well, actually, it sticks in his flesh because he's undead, right? It's just the arrow just pierces through him and it kind of like sticks in his neck and just stays there. But the pitch does get all over his like head and upper body. And you could see it kind of like leaking down into his armor. We have Dram back yet?
I believe he posted that he wants to hit it with Fireball.
Okay, off comms for a bit, but in chat. So you're hitting it with. So there's a ball of lightning that Lou, the Hullbreaker, has launched at the ship. Are you hitting the ball of lightning with a fireball, or are you hitting him with a fireball? Him. Okay. So roll me Zuko style for that. I can trigger for you if you need. You got an 8? Okay.
Oh, it's above my volley. I see.
Oh, okay. My bad. Okay. Yeah. So you throw the ball of flame at him. You see him light up. The pitch catches. And oily black smoke starts boiling up around his face, and you can see his flesh, the flesh of his face, like searing off as the heat clings to him. Deal your damage, Dram. The lightning, however, strikes the boat, and the boat it disrupts the flame that's keeping the boat aloft, and the boat plummets and slams into the water. Everybody, roll me a. Well, actually, what do you guys do to keep from being thrown off the boat as the deck pitches violently and everyone gets like suddenly thrown around as the boat comes crashing down into the water again?
Grab onto the railing that I'm next to as tight as I can.
Okay, that'd be defy
Leg
danger.
around it.
That'd be defy danger strength, I think.
I'm gonna shift back like it's a big trampoline.
Okay, that sounds like Dex. Okay, Tal is all right. Brother Ebenezer's all right. Eska and Dram, what about you guys?
Yeah, I would try to grab onto the railing.
Okay, so that's strength. Looks like you got a 12. Nice.
Yep.
Use fire to offset my inertia. Okay, we'll call it the Zuko style, I guess. So you're kind of like floating in the air above the boat for a second. Okay, so amazingly, nobody gets knocked off the bolt. You guys do see, though, that a couple of the civilians that are packed onto the deck are not so lucky. Jonah gets pitched off into the water. Raphael is over on the side of the gunwale, clinging to the edge here, and reaches down to try to grab him, but the boat is too tall. Let's see, who else do I want to throw overboard? I'm going to throw Fadelim overboard because Fadelim is at the edge here. So you guys see, like, he's down there, like, trying to fight off this tentacle, hacking at it, and he's got his shield in his other hand, so he's not even holding on when the thing hits, and he tries to, like, reach with his shield hand and grab the deck, but the boat hits the water, or grab the railing, but the boat hits the water before his hand hits the railing, and it lurches in such a way that he rolls over here, smashes his helmet against the railing on this side, and then rolls off the deck and off into the water on this side. You guys see him drop into the ocean. What do you do?
Eska is 100% diving in after these people.
Okay. That sounds like a defy danger strength. Okay. Well, you're in the water with him. You see him go down. You get to him. You swim naturally because you're one of the aquatic snake people. You swim down. You get to him, no problem. But he's so heavy. He is just like, he's weighed down by this chainmail that he's wearing, and he's got his helmet and his shield and everything, and his cloth all starts taking on water because it's not designed to be like lightweight in the water like yours is. And he's just like trying to lift a stone to the surface. It's enormous. He must weigh like 350 pounds or so with his armor and everything on. And you cannot get him to the surface. So you're struggling. You're down there. You're struggling. What about everybody else? What are you guys doing?
Brother Ebenezer is going to run to the back down where he is right now and start trying to turn undead while also holding onto the rail.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your turn undead.
Cool.
Okay. As long as you continue to pray and brandish your holy symbol, no undead may come within reach of you. Okay. So as long as you guys don't go after this guy, he won't be able to close with you. Let's see. It doesn't keep him from casting spells on you, though. Dram and Tal, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, so it even says in the details, intelligent undead may find ways to harry you from a
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so is that dude that's throwing lightning us still around?
Yeah, so he's there. So he is currently on fire. He's sitting on top of the back of this thing. The creature is blinded and its tentacles are flailing around kind of randomly. For a second, like it's still reaching up in the air and it's not able to connect to the boat, but it can feel the impact of the boat on the water, and so its tentacles start reaching forward again towards the aft section of the ship.
Okay.
It's also undead, correct?
Yes, correct. So it is being held at bay by your holy symbol. It can't move closer.
I'm gonna kind of like hold at action to I got two readiness left, and I'm going to prepare for when that dude, if he does another lightning bolt or something like that,
Okay.
that it'll just immediately feed back either into him or the creature he's riding.
Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. And then
So I'll wait till he does that. So that's my action.
Dram concentrates all of his fire energy to form a plasma blade, lightsaber using firebrand. Oh, it's powerful enough to go through his defenses. Okay, sounds like a decent plan. You rolled a 2 on your firebrand. I'm going to say you conjure the brand. I'm going to say that it definitely has the dangerous tag. It is something that it's hand weapon only. It doesn't get any of the other special qualities, and you only get the one shot at it. So you've got this extremely, and I'll give it the +1 damage because why not? So you have this extremely like precise one shot, high powered energy weapon that you've got in your hand. Okay, you'll take it. But you're going to have to get down at the hand-to-hand combat with him if you want to use it. So let's see. We've got that going on. For the Ebenezer, you're holding them at bay. Dram, are you going to take the leap? Okay. So roll me a defy danger strength or dex first to get onto. Are you trying to do like a move by attack, like jump past him? Or are you trying to land on the back of the creature that he's riding, or on him? What is your target? Okay, you land on the back to fight a one-on-one. Nice. Okay, so roll me defy danger strength or dex for that. Okay, so you leap from the back of the ship. You go hurtling towards him. He doesn't see you because he's on fire. The creature doesn't see you because it's blinded by the fairy fire. It's lets go at a command from him, though. It lets go of the boat and slides down onto water. As he submerges himself to try to extinguish the flames that are burning on his head and shoulders. So you like land on top of them in the water. And you're like floating out there awkwardly for a second with this flaming sword, like holding it up with one hand to keep it out of the water, to keep it active. And Eska, you see the three of them, the creature, the fallen lord, and Duram, all plummet down into the water as you're struggling with Fadeleem. Fadeleem is like, he's dropped his shield, he's dropped his sword, he's like struggling, trying to get out of his armor, but you're still not able to lift him. What do you do?
I start helping him strip.
Okay.
Take all that metal off, kick off his boots.
Okay, I think that's probably
drag him back up.
I think that's probably dexterity. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Is that defy danger?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So you strip out of his armor. It takes longer than you'd like. You can tell that he's very obviously losing air. The toughest part is the chainmail because it's like form fitting. It covers his whole body, and you kind of have to like help him move his arms. And at a certain point, he starts like struggling frantically. He gets into that mode of like somebody who's drowning, who's just like clinging to whatever they can get a hold of, and you're the thing that he can get a hold of. So he's like clinging to you, and it's making it very hard to get the chainmail off of him. And he's just like in this like reflexive, like death defying mode of like trying to climb you in order to get out of the water. And it makes it very hard to rescue him. You get him eventually out of the chainmail. You notice as the he starts to the fight starts to go out of him a little bit as you finally wrestle the chainmail off of him. And you notice that there's blood in the water around him as you strip off the last of his armor and as much of his clothing as you can quickly manage. Do you want to roll to get him to the surface or what?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a strength. Okay. Nice. Okay, you got an 11. So you struggle to the surface carrying him. You manage to get hold of the side of the boat, I'm guessing. And you haul him over the side and kind of like drape him over the railing as best you can. Are you hauling yourself up on the boat or are you staying in the water?
I'm staying in the water because now I gotta get Jonah.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Jonah is in a little bit better shape than Fadeline was because he's not carrying this like huge metal kit. So he's like lost some of his clothing already, and he's like swimming frantically, trying to keep up with the boat and catch up with you. And you see he's already kind of like getting close to the boat, but he's not quite able to catch it as long as it's in motion. And the pilot of the boat doesn't seem inclined to slow down with this creature on their tail.
Yeah. I wouldn't either.
Yeah. And then let's see, Dram. Let's see, you're in the water. Brother Ebenezer, you got the holy symbol. So you've kept them at bay. They're now under the water. You, Dram and Tal, you guys have got a couple seconds of opportunity if you want to try to do something. What do you guys want to do?
So did the guy do anything? Was there anything to react to?
So he dove underwater to extinguish the flames. It was a good idea. You can keep the
I'll keep looking
ready to
for him.
action if you want.
Pops up somewhere.
Okay.
Yep. I guess I get farther down. Is that right? Is this
Okay.
farther down on the map?
Yeah.
Here?
All right, that's fine. Okay, you get closer, we can get a better view.
Yeah.
And then what about Brother Ebenezer?
Is the spell still in effect now that I've lost sight of that?
It is, yeah. As long as you hold aloft your holy symbol, you can keep the creature from approaching.
That is his goal right now, is to keep it so the boat can continue to move.
Okay, nice. All right, so the boat continues moving, leaving Dram and Eska and Jonah behind. I'm going to move you guys back on the map here. The creature has got its tentacles snake up over the sides of the boat and grab onto the railing. So it's kind of like hanging onto the boat now. So it's got a sense of where the boat is. It's still blinded, but it's sort of like slowly trying to haul itself up onto the deck. And Dram, you go into attack as it surfaces again.
It being
What's that?
forced away because of my holding up the holy symbol. It's also
Wait.
undead.
I think it says it can't come within reach of you, right?
Oh, okay. The ending reach.
Yeah, so it won't be able to hit you with its tentacles or get itself onto the actual part of the deck where you're standing, but it's able to keep up with the boat by hanging onto it.
Then occasionally he will move closer to each tentacle, hopefully driving it away, and
Okay.
go back to the other one. He'll be, getting a lot of exercise back and forth.
Okay, fair enough. You're running back and forth, and then Dram, you're attacking. Looks like you already rolled a I think it's a melee attack with int for your blade, right? Okay, so you get a 10 plus. Go ahead and deal your damage, add +1. And this will ignore his protection because it's a fire blade. Okay, so you slam the flaming blade into him. It pierces through. What part of him do you hit? 4 damage, right? Okay, you slam the flaming blade through his eye as he's surfacing, and he howls with rage, and he's blinded in the one eye, and he reaches for you to grab you with his shield arm. What do you do?
It's flung back, defending him.
Okay, yeah, all right. So
Because I've
So
been waiting, and this is his first. This is the bad guy, right?
that's right. Yeah. So Tal hurls him back with hedge magic, his telekinesis. And Dram, you're also using fire. Go ahead and deal your damage. Okay. And that blast isn't quite as effective. You scorch him again in the head, but his cowl protects him a little bit, and his natural innate magic also helps him resist the flames. And he comes on, and he's not able to. Let's see. He's not able to reach the boat or Tal or Brother Ebenezer, and the creature's not able to do much to the boat. But the tendrils start to kind of constrict and crush the back edges of the hull. Like you see the railing like caving in as its tendrils close and contract. And the boat, the wood on the edges and the metal on the edges here starts to warp. Eska,
I will try to run up to him and touch him with the holy symbol and see if it drives him further away.
okay. Which one do you want to go for?
We'll start with the one on the top of the screen, and
Okay.
move
All
to
right.
the other one eventually.
Okay. I'll have you re-roll the holy symbol for that. And then Eska, what are you doing to help Jonah?
I have piggybacked him and am trying to catch up with the ship.
Okay, give me the fighting or strength. Oh, okay. So you got him. You piggybacked him. You're sort of able to catch up with the ship, but there's kind of no way you can get to it without crawling up over this tentacle. Do you want to crawl up over it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I've got less fear. I'm like, I got to get this man on the ship and help my compatriots. So I'm gonna climb up that tentacle.
Okay. Yeah. So you start climbing up the tentacle, and it twists and turns and tries to grab you. Give me Defy Danger Dex to avoid being grabbed. Okay, and the two of you managed to make it back up on the deck. Well done. So you guys get into the water. You notice when you get up on the deck here, you see that Fadelium is unconscious and bleeding. Raphael is standing over him, like trying to think what he's like tearing strips of cloth off of his shirt to try to bandage the wounds on Fadelium's chest, where one of the Scrael scratched him a couple times. And he's got a couple of stab wounds from the tridents as well. So he's being bandaged by Raphael.
Is he breathing?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. Raphael's already like basically got the water out of his system, so he is breathing. His breathing is shallow and labored, but he's alive for now.
Okay, good.
Okay, Brother Ebenezer, what was your roll for the holy symbol?
A 9 again.
9 again. Okay, I'm going to say that's enough. You drive this tentacle off, but in doing so, this tentacle crunches down and starts to like put a serious hole in the boat. Dram, you're still wrestling with this guy. He turns his big staff spear thing and tries to like impale you with it. What do you do? Summon a new burning brand. Okay. You start to summon the burning brand. You're not going to be able to get it out before he stabs you. Do you want to avoid being stabbed, or do you want to summon the burning brand?
Is he being stabbed again? I'm going to try to do it again.
Okay. Okay. You're
just countering his moves. That's my only thing I'm really doing.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Tal, roll me the telekinesis again then.
Whoa,
Nice.
I'm doing really good at
okay,
it.
you're on a roll. So you shove the staff back, and he's got a very firm grip on it, and he's very strong, so it's not like you're gonna shove it out of his hand. But you shove it back just enough to deflect it so Dram can like duck underneath it. And so Dram, you get again your dangerous burning brand with one use. Do you want to strike with it? Nice, deal your damage. Add +1. Okay. And what part of him are you aiming for this time?
Other eye.
Other eye. Okay. The chest. All right. So you drive the burning brand straight through his chest. He roars and staggers. And let's see. Try to decide whether he's going to try to give up this fight. He's got with the holy symbol. He can't get onto you guys. You're countering his magic. You're countering his spear. I'm gonna say when you stab him, Dram, he says something in a dead language that nobody understands except for maybe Eska. Eska, do you want to make some kind of roll to understand the dead language that he's talking in?
Yes.
Okay.
What would it that be?
Spout lore.
Okay, spell lore.
Okay. So you know that he's speaking an ancient dialect of Old Scrael, one that you don't know well. But he's obviously giving some kind of command to his animal. So it responds to some old form of the Scrael tongue that is sort of outside of the realm of your general knowledge, but it might be something you could learn in the future. But he commands the creature, and it starts to sink down beneath the waves. It draws its tentacles back, and Dram, both of the tentacles converge on you. What do you do?
They're back.
Summoning another brand. Okay, go for it. Okay, this time the brand comes quickly to hand. If you've done it a couple times, it's tougher in the water, but you're starting to get the hang of it. What tags do you want? You get three uses, and then two of those tags. You slash both with dangerous and reach. Okay, nice. Good choice. So give me a hack and slash with intelligence. Okay. You deal your damage. The enemy makes attack against you. So you hack off one of its tentacles. The other tentacle grabs you though. Tal, your hedge magic is not going to be enough to oppose the strength of a Leviathan's tendril grabbing somebody, I think. What are you guys on the deck doing?
How close are they to the boat or whatever?
What's that?
Is there anything? Is it next to the boat?
So it's no longer holding the boat. It's decided to grab Dram and try to drag him underwater and drown him and leave the boat behind.
Uh,
I trust in him, so I'm going to put an air bubble around his head with my magic.
Okay. Roll me your hedge magic for that. And its jaws, you see it rise up to the surface, and it's got this kind of bioluminescent display on its frills that kind of just flickers to life suddenly. So you see this kind of like almost like mirage, just like appearing out of the water beneath you, Dram, as its head rises up and its maw opens wide to swallow you. Eska, Brother Ebenezer, what are you guys doing?
quick question: if I'm turning undead yet, can I still cast a spell?
I'm gonna say no, not really, because you're using the holy symbol for both.
I'm perfectly fine.
Okay.
Just wanted to some systems you can play that. So
Okay, let me deal you
I
the
only use one pitch-covered arrow to shoot our big bad.
correct.
Or did I use all three?
Okay. Dram, you take 8 damage minus your armor for the tentacle crushing you as it grabs you.
So I only used one. Can I shoot a second one into the mouth of the beast?
You can, yeah. Okay, deal your damage and choose one. Go ahead and roll your damage. Okay.
Again, I'll place myself in danger to do it.
Okay. So you dangle all the way over the railing, and this thing's mouth is coming straight at you, and you're like right over Dram's shoulder as you shoot an arrow down its throat. And the arrow, you could see the arrow lodge in the back of its throat, and the damage really does nothing to slow it down. But you could see the pitch back there, like spread on the roof of its mouth, kind of. Dram, do you want to try to light it?
Well, he did say
So
he uses
spicy.
fire to make himself spicy.
Oh yeah, okay. Go ahead. Did you roll Zuko stuff for that already? I don't think he rolled it for you yet. Okay. So you wreathe yourself in flames, and the effect is short-lived, lasting only a moment, but fortunately, a moment is all you need to light the pitch that's lining the back of the creature's throat. And the thing's mouth explodes in flames as it closes around you. And you guys that are on the back of the deck see the creature's head like burst into flames as Dram disappears into its mouth. Dram, I'm going to deal its damage to you again, and then you're going to burn your way out. Okay, so its teeth, its flaming teeth, sink into your body, Dram. You take 10 damage minus your armor. How many hit points you got left? If you die, can you come back as a Force Ghost? I don't see why not. The portal to hell is open. You're at 0. Okay, roll me your last breath. Let me pull up the exact text. Oh my god. All right. Does anybody want to do anything to try to help Dram?
If the creature is no longer there, I would run up and try to help.
So the creature is
I have to
swallowing him
wow.
as its head gets incinerated. He's in the creature's mouth. Are you gonna like dive in the water after him or what?
Well,
I'll dive.
I will.
I'll launch myself telekinetically
I
onto
will
it. Jump.
100% dive in. I
Okay.
breathe water and swim.
All right. Eska, you jump in.
Jump.
You take Ahmed, deal your damage to Eska because he's getting burned by your magic.
and I'm already starting the words on his funeral ceremony. Or his ready to help as soon as he gets out of the water.
Okay, Eska, you take 1 damage, ignoring your armor. As you,
I don't have any armor.
Okay, well, you take 1 damage then. You dive in and grab Dram's limp form and yank him out of the jaws of this creature. And Tal, you see as he does this, the Hullbreaker swings at Eska and goes to impale him with his spear. What are you guys up on the deck doing? Al and Brother Ebenezer.
Oh, I shove him away.
Okay, go for it.
This has happened before.
Yep.
So going to be the hedge magic.
Yep.
And forcing him away. Just whatever. 8. Okay. I definitely have gained his attention.
Okay.
And let's see here. Oh no, I just get to choose one. No, I think there's something else on here. Let me just check. I think it also, let me take a look at, was this Monster Hunter?
You're moving or throwing a small object, right? Is what the power that you're using?
Yeah, I'm trying to shove him away or whatever. So either I'm moving one of the two. So it looks like it's going to hit on my interfere. So he's got
or even just shove the spear just enough.
Yeah, so
just enough.
You stall him. Okay, you stall him for a split second. Eska is pulling his body up on the deck. Brother Ebenezer, you can see that Dram is not breathing when he's pulled up onto the deck. What do you do?
He would jump down, climb down, however it gets there, and then he would no such thing as first aid, but first turn him over to get the water out of his lungs. And
Okay. Well, so water's not actually the
cast spell.
problem. Yeah. Okay. Ooh.
I failed to cast my spell though. Damn it, he's in a hurry.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Can I cast Arcane Art to try to heal him?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a -1 because you're busy pulling him out of the water at the same time. But you can try it.
Well, I will help pull her out then too.
Okay.
She can use me to
How
pull
much
out.
for that -1?
Yeah. So give me your D8. So Dram, your vision fades into fire and darkness, and you see the black gates approaching, and the leveler yawning beyond them, calling to you. What do you see when you peer beyond the black gates? The fallen lords we slayed. Okay, so far, okay, so you see that the fallen lords of ages past, their spirits are rising towards the black gate, as the rift remains open, the one that you created back in, what's the place called, the woods, the wood over on the west, where you guys created that like horrible steam portal and the black gate in the maze, the living labyrinth. So you see the spirits of the old fallen lords, from bygone eras rising towards the gate, in the brief moment that you are, beyond the veil. And then Eska, you hear Eska's music calling to you. Are you heading towards the Black Gate? Or are you heading back to the land of the living? Back to the living. Okay, so you follow Eska's song, and it leads you into this kind of dreamlike dreamlike state, where you feel the warmth of the healing flow through you slowly. You're at 4 hit points now, and your body is horribly scarred. Tell us about your cool scars that you got from this. What part of you is permanently damaged? Your ribs are crushed. Ooh, okay. So you've got like this nasty scarring in your ribs, and you're probably gonna have trouble breathing, I'm guessing.
Till he's healed, and then such time as he probably is going.
You have a legit permanent pirate limp. Okay, let's call that a. I would call that a permanent ability score reduction. You want to reduce your strength or your con? Strength. Okay, so take a minus, reduce your strength score by 2 and reduce the modifier by 1. But you survive, and you're pulled back onto the deck, and Lou the Hullbreaker fades beneath the waves as his creature dies and disappears into the deep. And you see the flames for a few moments, and you see the embers, like, and you see that glowing mane of the creature, still glittering beneath the water's surface as it sinks down into the deep. And then slowly the storm abates. And we will wrap up the session there for tonight. Let's do the end of session move. You reach the end of session. Has anybody resolved any of their bonds or done their alignment objective?
I think endanger yourself to follow the precepts of your church or God. Yes, we were defending these people to get out of here, fight off the undead. I think qualifies.
Okay. So mark an experience point for that.
I definitely did unplanned decisive actions, but I don't think I spurred anyone else to do so.
I enjoyed it.
Did you spur anyone else to decisive action? No, I don't. I think you're right. I don't know if you did. I think you were mostly. I think the scouting, the sentry thing was the one thing we were cheering people on, and that was mostly planned, right? Okay. What about Ahmed and Tal? I mean, Ahmed and Pat.
No, I didn't. I didn't spread a dangerous new idea. So no, I don't think
Okay.
I did
Well,
anything.
I'll give you the opportunity if you want to talk about your experience beyond the Black Gate. You could spread the idea that the old fallen lord spirits are rising.
Perfect. No, of course, that's exactly correct. I'm sorry.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
that is exactly. Now I'm chicken. I'm having a chicken little moment.
Yeah. So, yeah, the
Like,
sky is falling. Yeah.
telling everybody, oh, dude, telling the kids when they go to sleep that there are creatures coming from. I turn into a legit sea dog. That's
All
some
right. Yeah.
experience.
The market experience point for that. That'll go towards your new apprentice character when you roll him up. And then Tal, what about you?
I endangered myself to combat for an unnatural threat because I'm basically a monster hunter. So
Okay. But I'm trying to think. Did you put yourself in personal danger because you were mostly using your hedge magic from a distance?
yeah, but before I was basically leaping into the water to get the when that, but then somebody jumped in as well, so I think I got overrun.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll count that. So market experience point for that. And then does anybody resolve their bonds? Or does anybody want to? Let's do the bonds this way. Let's give them. So I'm treating them all as +1s right now. I want to give them a score from like 1 + 1 to +3. I'm gonna have you guys each decide which character from the group here do you understand better than you did before, and which one do you understand worse. So for the one that you understood better, increase your bond by +1. For the one you understood worse, decrease your bond by -1. That makes sense. Because the bond mechanics are a little bit murky. I'm borrowing rules from another apocalypse system. What's that?
Let's see here.
Which one's
I'm sorry,
Scott?
you said +2 for people that we understand better?
+1. So it's an additional +1 in addition to whatever you already have, which would be +1 if you have a bond.
I have
So,
like crappy rolls with bonds. Holy crap!
you don't have bonds, did you say?
No, I just have had. I've tried to aid a couple times and just had experience with failure.
Okay. So who do
In other
you?
words, I don't feel like bonds are actually anything useful
Okay.
in the
The
game.
only thing
I
I
mean,
would
it doesn't seem to-
possibly have is Eska being constantly just endangering themselves by jumping into things. A little more.
Okay.
Well, to be fair, we've been on an island, and a lot of the jumping has been into water.
Yeah. All right. So what's
and jumping into in danger, not just water.
okay, let's go through one at a time. So Brother Ebenezer, you sounds like you understood Eska a little bit better. What was your bond with Eska from before?
Is in constant danger. I will keep them safe, and hard to do when she so fast and just jumps in and before you even realize it.
Okay, so
He's
Mark.
gonna need to leash her or something.
Okay, so increase. So note that bond is now +2. And then who did you understand least of the group here?
Out of the bonds I have,
Or anybody of the party, the current party?
not really at this moment. Other than I guess I don't understand where all this fire is coming from and stuff, and why he's leaping in and how it can work in water. And,
Okay. Tal, how about you?
I think that I understand Dram more, that he was willing to sacrifice himself, and it says I was going to teach him to hunt monsters, but he seems to be doing a pretty good job. So I'll add a point to that one.
Okay, yeah. So Add a point to
But
that
he's
one.
not supposed to stick himself in their mouth.
All right, very good. And
It
then who
feels
did?
exactly the same way.
Okay, so Eska, you can increase your bond with Dram too if you'd like. And then Pat, is there any or Tal, or anybody that you understood worse this session?
Of people that are here that have things, I have Dram, Ebenezer, and Eska. So I'm not quite sure what he is. So I see the darkness around Eska, and I'll say I help him fight it. But I'm really confused. So it drops a little bit because he seems to be just a living version of it. And he's really protecting us as a species, even though his species is long dead.
Okay, so take that. So mark that as a
I'm
reduction
confused
of
about
1.
Eska. So he sees the darkness around, but Eska seems to be doing a pretty good job of fighting it himself because he seems to be defending us against his own species.
Okay. Yeah. So reduce that bond by 1. So it would be a 0 if you already have the +1 bond.
Zero.
And then Eska, you're increasing your bond with Dram. What was your bond with Dram?
Yeah. He trusted me with a secret, and he wants me to teach him to play music from fire.
Okay. And then who did you understand anybody worse from the
I
party?
rang a bell today. I rang a bell out of fire. That counts.
That's true.
Eska taught me that. That was Eska's rubbing off on me. Me thinking outside of the box and making an alarm out of fire. That's music.
Okay, so it sounds
And
like
you also use the megaphone with the fire too, and the siren.
Oh
horn?
yeah. Good point. Yeah.
it sounds like you
That's,
understood Eska a little better, maybe.
yeah. That's sound has more uses than being just something we. I don't know. I guess, but
Okay.
still, you can get a point for that. No, that counts for something. No,
Yeah. So you guys can each.
I vouch for them getting a point.
Yeah. So Eska could take +1, and then Dram, you can also take +1 to that bond. I'll write up proper house rules for the bonds so you guys can. So this will make more sense. And then did we learn something new and important about the world?
That we can fight off that big creature.
Okay. So
in
everybody.
Water.
As long as we activate the power of Voltron.
Yeah. Okay, I think you learned a lot about fighting the fallen lords and their creatures. So mark an experience point for that. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
I think so.
I think we did. Okay, so mark an experience point for that. And did we loot a memorable treasure? We don't know if we did
No.
this time.
We got a boat.
I guess that counts. Everybody mark an experience
A
point for that.
damaged boat.
This is the oddest boat I've ever seen. I didn't even realize they had wheels on them.
All right, that's it for tonight. Good game, guys.
All right.
Right.
So
Thank you.
When do we level? Because my God, I got a lot of.
Oh yeah, so you guys can level for next time because you guys will have a chance to rest on the boat before you make landfall.
Oh yay!
Everybody go up 1 level if you have the XP for that, which is 7 plus your current level.
You
And
did say that we had to cap how many levels we could go up per rest, right?
Yeah, so you're just going
Is
up 1
that-
level right now.
Just 1 level. Okay.
Yeah. I might have you do another one in the following session, so you might want to start thinking about it. But I mean, that'll be 2 weeks from now.
Okay. Sounds
All
good.
right. Hey guys.
Remember how to do this. Right.
All right. We're gonna wrap up the stream there. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget
Thank
to
you,
follow,
gents. Have a
watch
good
on
night.
Twitch or subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Take care. I'll see you next time.